Galway have seen off a brave Westmeath challenge to get the victory in Cusack Park in Mullingar by 20 points to 12. My name is Seamus Brady, and we are going to run through this whole game and all the main talking points from it. So let's crack into this match recap. So coming into this game, Galway were the obvious favourites. Had a bit of a weird victory over Tyrone, whereas Westmeath, on the other hand, had really surprised people with how close that they had pushed Armagh. People were very interested to see how Westmeath would get on against a real obvious All-Ireland contender in Galway. And Westmeath started fantastically. Remarkably, it's Galway's first ever championship victory over Westmeath. The only previous championship meetings between these two sides happened in 2006, and Westmeath won by a point. Westmeath started fantastically, going 3 points to 1 up, and some amazing defending denied a goal for Galway for Johnny Heaney. Particularly James Dolan was really putting his body on the line. Now, the good start for Westmeath continued, but Galway brought them one closer, with Ian Burke making it 3-2. Galway pushed on to lead 5-4. Ronan O'Toole equalised 5 each. Luke Loughlin puts Westmeath back in front, 6 points to 5. And Westmeath led at half time by 2 points. I mean, a really, really impressive first half for Westmeath. In the second half, Jack Smith hit a great score to make it 10-8, but Galway continuously were pulling Westmeath back, and eventually it was 11 points each after Keane Hernan equalised for the Tribesmen. Galway dominated from here, however. They scored 9 of the next 10 points. A key moment was when Ray Kennellan got a second yellow card for a foul on John Maher in the 48th minute. Now, Desi Dolan said in the post-match interview that he was frustrated that a foul on Senan Baker was then given as a free out to Galway. Down the other end, Ray Kennellan gets his second yellow. You can't complain about that, mate. I'm just being honest. You can't, that's like complaining that, any moment that a decision is given or isn't given, or a wide is given, or a score is given, or a shot dropped short, the game changes path. And look, if Westmeath had scored that goal, maybe it would have gone down the other end and someone more important than Ray Kennellan would have got sent off. So you can't just say that one decision changed the entire course of the game. Like, both teams got decisions against them throughout that game. But yeah, Ray Kennellan's red card in the 48th minute was an absolutely crucial turning point, because now Westmeath were down to 14 men at a time where Galway were starting to get on top anyway, and they really kicked on from here. Damien Comer was sprung from the bench and was awesome, hitting 3 points, a real captain's display. Galway with a late goal disallowed. Peter Cook threw the ball to Paul Kelly, but they carried on pushing on, and they won the game in the end by 20 points to 12. An 8-point victory for Galway, who again didn't look like they'd hit their full level. It's going to be interesting to see when they actually do peak in this championship. Armagh is next for them, and Armagh side that need to win to ensure their safety. Going to be pretty interesting to see how serious Galway take that game, especially with the bad blood between the two teams from last year. As for Westmeath, even though they lost, they have performed very well. They've done better than I thought they would. I thought they were in for 3 very tough games. They nearly got a victory over Armagh, and they hung in this game for long, long periods. And having lost to Louth earlier in the Leinster Championship and having, failed to get out of Division 3, I thought maybe this would be tough. But they have actually done themselves really proud. And going into that final game now against Tyrone, just go and give it a lash, see what happens, because Tyrone have the capability to drop the ball. So Westmeath could definitely be in there with them, especially if you see how close they came to beating Armagh and how tight Armagh and Tyrone always is. I know GAA math doesn't add up all the time, but go give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. And for Galway, definite All-Ireland contenders in 2023. Not a doubt in my mind about that. But yeah, guys, that is the quick recap of this game. There will be an in-depth review of it coming in the weekend review on Play on GAA with myself on Monday. So do make sure that you check that out. And until the next one, guys, take care.